Hi, I'm Sam.
I'm Caroline, and we're looking to adopt.
We first met in 2017 and we got married in 2023.
I'm originally from Vancouver, Canada.
And I'm originally from California.
Now we live here in our house in Denver, Colorado. We would like to adopt to grow our family. Because I was adopted, we'd like to do it through adoption.
After graduating college, I spent about 5 or 6 years as a professional Magic the Gathering player before transitioning that into game design jobs at several studios, which I've done for about 10 years. Nowadays, I work from home for a small game design company.
I'm an operations manager who works from home for a corporate gifting company. I studied psychology in university, but I immediately chose passion over my major as I focused on working with children. I was a ski instructor, a summer camp counselor. I worked in the kids club on cruise ships, and I was an after-school supervisor for 10 years. I moved to the US to be with Sam, and working corporate was the best move, but I love children and I always have. They bring out the best in me.
So growing up, games were an incredibly important part of both of our lives. After college, I started playing a strategy card game called Magic the Gathering professionally, and I was lucky enough to get to play all around the world on every major continent, and I have met a lot of great friends and built a great community internationally playing.
Magic is also a hobby of mine. That's actually how Sam and I met, playing at a tournament in Portland. We still to this day travel around these professional tournaments, Sam of course playing, and I work behind the scenes for the production team that broadcasts the tournament online.
One of my favorite things about Magic is that it's a truly international game. We've met friends from the Czech Republic, from Brazil, and in 2018 we were lucky enough to get to attend our friend's wedding in Brazil, where we flew down there, we spent a week hanging out in Rio, and then where he lives in Porto Alegre, and it was just a fantastic experience that was all sort of made possible by this shared language of this game that we all play. So for my hobbies, I of course love gaming, board games. You can see all these board games behind me. Also, that's permeated into all aspects of my life. That's what I do as a career. I play games and make games. I also love going to the movies. I go to probably about 20 to 30 movies a year on average. And I also love to cook. My mom and I, grew up cooking together, and I still love to cook for my friends and family all the time.
I have lots of hobbies. They mostly involve seeing something cool on Instagram and then trying to replicate it. That's resulted in a lot of really silly equipment that I now have, like a sewing machine, a Cricut embroidery machine. I love just making things. Also, really especially making things for my friends and my friends' kids, like stuffed animals or t-shirts or sweaters or anything like that. Other than doing those fun crafts, I do also like to play a lot of board games, especially with Sam. As you can see, we have a lot behind us.
I think Caroline and I have slightly different personalities despite having a lot of shared interests, and that they complement each other really well. I'm a little more easygoing. I tend to, try not to stress about things too much, whereas Caroline is, I would say, a bit more of a doer. She tends to get things done a little bit better. And I think those two things combine really well to make sure that we don't freak out about every little small thing that goes wrong, but we also get all the big stuff done.
My family consists of my mom, my dad, my brother, and they live in Canada. We see each other at least once a year. I've also recently connected with my birth family. They live in Canada as well, and we've managed to meet up there, here, and even in Disneyland.
My mom and dad both live in California, along with my sister, who has 2 kids, a 1-year-old and a 4-year-old. We're all very close, and we visit together about once a month. While our parents live in different cities, we know that they're strongly committed to having a great relationship with our child and will visit frequently.
We also feel very lucky for this great community that we've cultivated. We live super close to all of our friends, and we feel like this will be an awesome environment to grow up in.
So we feel that both Caroline and I were incredibly fortunate to grow up in a nurturing household environment where we could both find and pursue things that we were passionate about. And we hope to be able to provide that same family environment to a child where they can find something that they are truly passionate about, that they care about, and pursue that to the best of their abilities. We hope that this video has given you some insight into what we're like and what our family's like.
We appreciate your consideration and thanks for watching.